Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm just going to discuss today the match between Pakistan and Australia. Once again, Australia, they won by an innings and 48 runs. And I'm also going to discuss today the pros and cons, the positive and negatives between Pakistan and Australia. And first, I'm going to discuss about Pakistan and their captain, Azhar Ali. Um, uh, Azhar Ali performance in both test matches was really disappointing. He should have stepped forward and taken more responsibilities in both test matches. He could only score 62 runs, and that was a big negative for Pakistan. The second negative I just want to talk about is Iftikhar Ahmed, who was once again he could only score 44 runs in both test matches, and then the third negative was Imamul Haq. Now Imamul Haq, he could only score 2 runs. He didn't. Yes, I understand he didn't play the first test match, but then he was given chance in the second test match and he didn't do anything enough, which wasn't enough. Then the fourth negative was Haris Sohail, who played only the first test match, and his performance was really disappointing. Now I'm going to talk about the positives. In Pakistan batting, Babar Azam was really impressive once again, as he has always been. There was lots of talk on last 2 weeks about his cover drives, the way he scored century in the first test match, and then Yasir Shah. Now things are bad when your leg spinner finishes with the second highest average in the test series, and so Yasir Shah was the second positive for Pakistan batting, that he showed how to play short ball, he showed how to play bouncers, and especially that attack Cummins, Starch, and Hazelwood. He showed everyone how to play that top class bowling attack. Now the third positive for Pakistan was Rizwan, and that Rizwan was also impressive in the first test match with 95 runs. So these are the positives well, I talk about the positive and the negatives in Pakistan batting. Now I'm going to tell you about the negatives in Pakistan bowling. The first negative was the no balls. Then in the first test match, when Naseem Shah, he bowled no ball, and David Warner ended up scoring over 150 runs. Then Musa Khan, he bowled no ball, and that was the two negatives, big negatives. Now Abbas form was another negative. Maybe there wasn't much match practice for him, and maybe the reason Pakistan wasn't playing any test matches for last 6-7 months, and that might be the reason. And then the fourth negative was the Yasir Shah, that he was a leg spinner selected in Pakistani cricket team. He conceded over 200 runs in the first test match, and then 197 runs in the second test match. So the spinner job is to restrict runs and get wickets, but unfortunately Australians, they scored over 550 runs in both test matches and took the matches completely away from Pakistan. Now the positive for the Pakistan bowling was the Naseem Shah. He's still young, he will be going back and again playing for the Pakistan under 19. Musa will be going back. He will be also playing for Pakistan under 19. And then Shaheen was impressive in the second test match with 3 wickets. And then Yasir was also impressive with 4 wickets altogether in the first and the second test match. Negatives for the Pakistan team altogether. The first one was the drop catches, the second no balls, the third ability to play short ball and bouncers, the fourth fitness, and then the fifth was the playing less test cricket as compared to other test playing nations. Now I'm now going to talk about the pros and the negatives of Australian cricket team. The only negative Australia they had is that was the first series Australia for Steve Smith, that he couldn't score a 50 for Australia. Apart from that, there was positives and there was no negative I saw in Australian cricket team. So the positives for the Australian cricket team is the Starch, his form with the ball. He ended up with 14 wickets. Hazelwood ended with 10 wickets. Cummins ended with the 8 wickets. Nathan Lyon, he took well. He had 5 for today, 5 wickets, and he ended up with the 8 wickets. Then David Warner, he scored 154 in first test match, then 335 in second test match. And if you see my old videos, I did mention that these David Warner and Steve Smith showed his hunger in Ashes, the way he batted against England, and David Warner showed his hunger against Pakistan, the way he batted in both test matches. So I warned Pakistani cricket team management and coaches and on my in my videos 2 or 3 weeks ago that they will be a biggest threat, and that's what exactly happened. Marnus Labuschagne, nobody was expecting 185 first test match, 162 second test match. Matthew Wade, if you go back and see my video 3 weeks ago, I did mention that he will be really impressive. Then if I'm just gonna do a comparison between the Pakistan cricket team who played against Australia in 1999 and today's team. Now the team Pakistan played in 99 was the champion team. That team, in fact, won 3 World Cups on trot, and that team had Justin Langer, Matthew Hayden, Mark Waugh, Steve Waugh, Darren Lehman, Adam Gilchrist, Glenn McGrath, Mike Hussey, Michael Bevan, Jason Gillespie, Shane Warne, all those world-class top players they had, and it was that team was incredible team. That team, it was not possible to beat them in Australia, but it's been so many years now, and they have just Pakistan, they have been pathetic. They now the world record is a shameful world record which has come under the name of Pakistan, that they have lost 14 Test matches in Australia. Then there is another. They have also dropped down to number 8 in Test ranking. So these all things, Pakistan need quite a lot improvement in the Test cricket. And when Amir and Wahab Riaz they announced retirement from Test cricket, we all knew that's gonna happen. That was the eventuality. If you like my video, please share it, and also please don't forget to press the bell icon on the right bottom. Thank you.